One way.
So I don't.
Me go. I didn't do. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I'm sorry, Dre. Dre.
Trey, what's wrong? Put him down. What's wrong?
Mom, guess what this boy just did?
What he did?
So, you remember that crazy girl that I used to talk to and you kept telling me to leave her alone?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like 5 months back. Tell me why I just found the air tag in my car.
She put an air tag in your car?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I kept wondering why I kept reading it on my phone, but I ain't say too much. So I thought one of their book bags was in my car and you had an air tag in their book bag. Man, he gonna mess around and tell me. So I want to go find it. Look.
Brand new out the packet.
But I'm saying,
how did he get in his car?
And I kept wondering why, every time I went somewhere, she'll pop up there and just know where I'm at.
Yeah, she was paying me that month $50.
She was paying him money.
Wait a minute, so she was paying. Wait a minute, Carter. So she was paying you, and you put the air tag in his car for her?
Yep.
I'm saying, why would you tell me then?
Because she missed the payment. She missed the payment.
Carter, now you wrong for that. You wrong for that.
I mean, she missed the payment. You gotta make your own money one way. Mom!
Trey, take him on in the house.
I won't do it again.
All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakhakodash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, being a great example to his younger brothers in his truth and a sincere outcome throughout the four winds, pushing his word in all truth, righteousness, and sincerity, faith, and diligence to you. I say shalom. And I want to get into a quick lesson out of Rome, Ratazai, be edifying to the Lord's elect. Just to lambback off Brother Yaitazai's video, which I'm gonna put. I know I didn't put a little clip in the beginning, just showing an example of what what the brother was going into, and just lambacking and putting my point into it as well, because you know, I was just after I watched the video, I saw something on the internet, and it was exactly what the brother was talking about, and the example is, is a good example to see, man. Betrayal from someone you love, from a brother, an actual brother, but it wasn't in a way where, the scriptures say, he that is spiritual judge of all things. So, Lord willing, man, you brothers see this, and then the Spirit be with you, and you work. It work with you, and you see what I'm trying to, speak about. But I put the clip in the beginning of the video, so I'm gonna just continue. The betrayal is something that the Lord went through. The brother Judas, he was one of the 12, and he betrayed him. So the scriptures say that the servant is not greater than his master. So, those that are believers in the faith, you must understand that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he will test you on that. That you have to walk through that door as well, and that it's a lesson in it as well. That the Lord teaches lessons, when he that is spiritual judges of all things, man. So we have to be able to learn from these experiences, but understand also that these things are gonna happen, man. Okay, and this is just an example for you to put your shoes in and for you to see it for your own two eyes, But for the believers in the faith, to have the spiritual eyesight to see to have the spiritual eyesight to see the clip. Okay, and let's get into the scriptures, and we're gonna close out. All right, it says, this is Matthew 10:34, and it says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword, right? Because there's a lot of bullshit going on in the earth, and one of the swords that the Lord is sending is the spiritual sword, the Excalibur, man, which is the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the true in-depth knowledge of the scriptures, the Holy Bible, man. Starts from our apostles and elders on down down to us younger brothers like myself, man. All right, Lord willing, we be part of that number, and we have the 100% truth, no cut, man. Okay, and Hebrews 4:12 say that the Lord, that the word of the Lord is sharper than any two-edged sword, man. All right, it cuts deep to the soul. All right, this word, when a human hears it, it stirs up the spirit, it stirs up the minds of the people, man. Okay, it cuts right to them, and it puts the mirror in their face. Like, it makes them check themselves. Okay, when the word of the Lord comes out. So that's just one of the swords that the Lord's sending on earth. You know, it says Matthew 10:35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and division amongst the family. Because why? First and foremost, the scripture says all Israel ain't of Israel, you know, and the scriptures, when the scriptures come out, okay, it makes people, you have to pick a side, so to speak, for lack of better terms, man, because you live in, you believe, the scriptures say, can two walk together lest they be agreed. But if this person don't believe that they don't have to eat, or this person don't believe that the scriptures don't tell them to eat pork, you know, or they believe Salakia, they believe that they can't eat pork. All right, and the scriptures tell you don't eat pork, and you believe in that, you know, and you believe in the truth. That's what this is about, man. Okay, the Lord's setting them at variance, man. Okay, also with all the confusion out here, okay, stirred up in Babylon. All right, the Lord has sent strong delusions out here as well, man. You know, so. But the point is, this truth is going to separate you from your family, your close ones, your loved ones, man, the people that you love the most, man. And they don't give a damn about you and what you believe in, so to speak, you know. And they're going to use, you know, whatever tactic they can, you know, the love, you know, they claim that they got for you. They're going to use that against you, man, you know. Set you up. And that's exactly what went down in this video. Okay, they was at variance. They was against each other. The man sold his brother out for 20 shekels of gold, you know, $50 a month. And I didn't mean to say gold, silver, shekels of silver. Salakiakin. But, you know, just comparing the silver and that $50 a month that kid was receiving from the ex-girlfriend, the crazy-ass girl, right? The crazy motherfucker. You trying to get away from the crazy motherfucker. And they giving you up. And that's exactly the scenario that the men of the Lord shouldn't be surprised that if they find themselves in. And, you know, speaking of myself first and foremost, all right, because we have to apply this to our life. The scriptures say, let every man be convinced in their own mind. All right, Lord willing, he, you know, what the scripture does give us the comfort as the brother goes into. The Lord willing, we make it through that, man. The Lord give us the strength that and the will, the wisdom, the strength, the understanding to keep going, man. You know. That we make it all the way to the end, man. All right, because these things are coming down the pipeline. All right, all this shit heating up. what it says in, I think, Matthew, the love of many, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what's going on, man. All right, it ain't no love out here, right? So, you know, if these people getting constantly drained, you know, you think these people you think these people love you more than themselves, you know? And you understanding, coming up out of the world, you supposed to have the understanding that, hey, this is, you know, beast-like behavior, man. You know, flock-like behavior that you was a part of, man. You know, you should know how selfish it was, the selfish culture, the satanic vibration, man. Okay, the me, self-idolization, man. All right. Verse 36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Right, your enemies being amongst your own house. And that goes for your woman too, your children. It's just things to understand and just, you know, you can't stress about for real, but be comforted in that Yahweh Shem Yahushai had to go through it as well. Well, Yahweh Shai, Salakia, that Yahweh Shai has to go through it as well, and you know, he's gonna comfort us through it, man. Okay, we have the Comforter. All right, Yahweh Shai did it. All right, and he sent the comfort. All right, so you know, the servant is not greater than his master, and it can and will happen to some of us, you know. It's Matthew. Oh no, that's not it. This John 15 and 20. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, let's go into the word persecute real quick. It says subject someone to hostility or an ill treatment, especially because of their ethnicity. I can't speak tonight, y'all. Ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation, or their political. It's just oppress, harass, all right? And really, you know, they put ethnicity and religion in first because that's what it's about, man. Okay, you know, the scripture tells you that if they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. So they're gonna harass you and oppress you as well, man. It says if they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also, right? And if they have kept the Lord's saying, there wouldn't be no need for you to say anything, you know. So that's something to understand and you know, soak in as well. See. This is Matthew 10 and 22, and we're going to close out. No, we're not. We got some more scriptures. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall, to the end shall be saved. And that's right, man. The Lord said it, man. He that endureth to the end shall be saved. But you're going to be hated of all men. So you experiencing these things or going through these things is an indicator that you're on the right track. You know? Everything's going according to plan. Just go through it, and Lord willing, you be part of the ceremony, man. And all right, and I wanted to get this because it's comfort in that, man. Enduring to the end, you know, you get to the end, make it to the end, make it all the way, and then guess what? You get this. This is 2nd Ezra This is Second Ezra. I'm gonna start at Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. I'm gonna start at 31. It says, "The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed." Right? 42. "And I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people," speaking about the Israelites, right? "Whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature." So what's going on? This is what's going on right now. Is Ezra is having that dream, that vision, and it's the vision of the of after the after the rain, so to speak, after the nukes fall, after the deliverance. Okay, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is the crowning ceremony. Okay, and it says, verse 43, "And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these?" And here go the point. He answered and said unto me, "These are they that put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now they are crowned and receive palms." Then I said unto the angel, "What young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands?" So he answered, and here's the point, he answered and said unto me, "It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world." All right, Lord Yahweh Shai is giving you a crown. The Son of the Most High, man. All right, but he's second. This man's been given everything, man. The Lord just gave him everything, man. Okay, and this is who's gonna sit crowns upon our head. The Lord has got His only begotten setting crowns upon the elect head, man. Man, that's a great honor that no one in this world can take away from you. Nothing in this world can separate you from that, man. Nothing. These fucking devils can separate you from your families, right? Ship you halfway across the fucking world. Lock your ass up. But guess what? When this happened, they can never take that from you, bro. Sis, really, speaking for the men, the sis, hey, the Lord got the number of sisters He gonna save as well. He gonna save some sisters as well. But man, I'm speaking to, hey, those ones, the Israelite men. Okay, those are the ones that are laboring and that believe, man. Okay, the ones on the front lines, man. Right? They can never take it, man. It says, "Whom they confess in the world, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord." You know what I'm saying? Those that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. There's a lot that come with that. Scripture say, "Blessed are they that are not offended in me." The Lord is going to test some of us on that level. It's coming, betrayal, It's coming. It's still something to think about, man, I said it's coming, like, not saying this is, it's going to happen in the near future in your personal life, but I'm just speaking like in a fashion of, hey, the Lord would very well test you on that, man, But you still have to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and lean upon him. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying. And I'm going to just go and close out. That was the last scripture. I'm going to go and close out, giving infinite honor and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Next up, dumb honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, being a great example for us young brothers in His truth and a sincere arguing throughout the four winds, pushing His word and our truth, righteousness, sincerity, faith, and diligence. To you, I say Shalom, and above Kwame, the elect, the Yashala, Shalom.